Hi there, welcome back. Welcome to another episode of Hidden Gems, a series where we talk about every single card that you need to get for a particular position, and I compile a list of the best cards along with, of course, our favorite moderators, Positive and Sting. A huge shout out. If you didn't know, we already covered center backs, strikers. This time we are going for center mids. Now we have cards for every single category: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and finally, for my true investor boys out there, first you raise your hand in the comments, and secondly, we have the premium category right for you. And without any further ado, let's find out who our hidden gems are for center mids. Now, first things first, we mention this in every video, but it is my job. Every single card that we recommend, at least for beginner and intermediate, we will be recommending red ranked cards and 20 level trained cards. Around 4 million is what you're expecting to spend. So when you buy these cards, the target is to buy them at red rank, which means when we now go into the beginner category, the two cards that we are recommending are the cards that you need to start with by buying in red rank. That is first Marquisio, the first box-to-box card. And an interesting pattern that we have wanted to maintain here is every single card that comes in center mid is in a pair-based structure. So Marquisio as a card, while is a very good box-to-box card, you'll notice that Marquisio has some problems because it's a high card, and primarily this card is an all-rounder with a little bit lower physical stat, 77, little lower on the defending stat. But yet, if I was to point out one hidden gem of this beginner category, like under 1 million coin budget, this would be the card. Long-term support, everything you get. But as you can tell, if you want a center mid who is a box-to-box, you need someone who can defend, right? And of course, for that, we have Patrick Vieira's 88 rated card. Now, this card is again almost Gullet Gang for an 88, but with a primary focus this time on defending and physical. Now, full disclosure, this is a 3-star skill moves part, which is why you are pairing it up with Marquisio. One box-to-box, one defensive card, and if you want an attacking center mid pair, so you don't want that defensive cover, we would go into the honorable mentions in just a second though. Before we do, let me show you what the rank up situation looks like. This is Patrick Vieira. Now, notice here we are giving him actually 3 in defending and 1 in ball winning midfielder because this is my defensive card, and along with him for Marquisio I'll give him 3 in physical and then a box to box skill move. These skill moves will become very important because this will decide how your card plays when you go up to those high ranks, and that is again why we recommend red rank, so that you can rank up these cards exactly how you want them to. So our first pair is Marquisio and Vieira, and if you want that attacking touch, you will go for Seedorf right here. Primarily I'm showing you his rank up stats right here because while everything else I said applies for Marquisio directly to Seedorf, you are building this card as a box to box with a focus on attacking. And if you want the pair with him, you can go for Michael Ballack, who is again the ball winning midfielder for you in this pair. So always my pairs will be one box to box, one ball winner, one will handle the balls and other will move along with it from box to box. I am realizing this analogy is not the best one, but you get it. Let's go to intermediate with our balls. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Now, the ideal pair in intermediate for us, again, keeping in mind that box to box and ball winning, starts with Jude Bellingham. Now, Jude Bellingham gets like 4 features here in this hidden gems because simply this is the best box to box you can build in every single category. They have given Bellingham 15 cards and all of them are great. This 92 one though, you'll see has a little bit of a gap in the pace department, something which will make up for when we give him that rank up. But since you are taking Bellingham, you are taking a high card. The gap will be bridged by Patrick Vieira. Again, same card in a different category. This is the 91. You can see Vieira here received a boost in all his stats. And speaking of the boost in stats, of course, before I go to the honorable mentions, this is how Jude Bellingham looks like once you rank him up. Yes, this card has 115 dribbling because you have given him the box to box rank up. 94, 91, extremely great card for a budget of around 35 million. But with him, the pair Patricas, Vieiras, why am I increasing their names? Doesn't matter. This card has 111 defending. Need we say more? Amazing card to pair with Bellingham. And of course, if you are looking to save a little bit more money and you want an alternative pair, the card that I will show you now is of course Valverde along with that Gullit. Now our box to box card in this case will be Gullit. What I will say is that you can actually interchange the cards from honorable mentions to our main cards a little bit here. The reason why we put Gullit in the honorable mentions is that he didn't really meet our overall requirements for intermediate. Bellingham gives you that +2, but simply if you want to take the most versatile center mid in the game in his 90 overall form, this card is amazing. And you can still pair him up with Vieira, or you can pair him up with Valverde here too. While this card has a 3-star, this card is still great as an overall solid center mid. And finally, if you do not want to go for your 3-star center mid options, you can go for this Captain's De Jong as well, who is again built as a ball winning midfielder. Notice how I'm keeping the rank ups and the attributes consistent. With that consistency in mind, this time we are going for the advanced section. Okay, so advanced section features 4 total cards, same as our last 2 sections, but all 4 of these cards are, I would say, the most interchangeable I have seen. So while you spend around the same budget for all of them, you get the option to pick whichever 2 you really want. The pair that we are recommending here is actually Jude Bellingham. Yet again, can you guess it's Jude Bellingham? At this point you can. For every single position, I feel like we have one of these contenders who is the real GOAT at this point. But with Jude Bellingham though, you want to take prime icon Michael Ballack. Why do you want to take Michael Ballack with him? Because while it might feel like Ballack is more of an attacking center mid, when we see in perspective of Vieira, Ballack is actually a defensive center mid for his medium high when seen in perspective of a box to box card. So it's important when you build the pairs, you understand what kind of a formation you are building a pair for. And this pair, this Ballack Bellingham pair, fits every single team. Even if you have a CDM, you have a CAM, does not matter. I love this Michael Ballack card, and honestly, this is one of the best cards in terms of consistency from FIFA to FC Mobile. It doesn't really matter. However, before I show you the rank up, I'll show you the other 2 cards. This is De Bruyne and also Valverde. Now you have seen Valverde's profile before, you know what he is good for, but Kevin De Bruyne is our hidden gem here actually, because while at 94, not a lot of people might go for him because of the high medium, but if you have a great CDM, why not go for a little bit of an attacking center mid, right? This is more of like that Seedorf profile. So you can pair Kevin De Bruyne with Valverde, you can pair Kevin De Bruyne with Michael Ballack, or you can even pair Kevin De Bruyne with Bellingham if you have a great center defensive midfielder. Do you see the utilities now? Let me show you the rank up. Here we go. It's TOTY Bellingham. This card, again, nothing much to say except you're building for a box to box card. With him though, Michael Ballack, 106 defending, 100 physical, built as a ball winning midfielder. Again, we want to win those balls. We love balls, and along with that, we have Kevin De Bruyne, very attack focused, 140 passing, 117 dribbling, but notice he has 80 defending, 87 physical, so not the best when it comes to building a 2 center mid pair, great when it comes to building a 3 center mid pair with a CDM. Finally, Valverde, great feature, a very good sleeper card. If you want a 3-star center mid, you are okay with it, go for Valverde. Okay, see, for every single feature in our premium category, usually I preface it by saying you did great, you made a lot of money, all of that. And mostly with our center backs and all that, if you got a great beginner or intermediate card, rank them up to 25, you could fight with the premium boys, right? But the thing is, in the premium category for center mid, we simply have what is probably going to be the center mid in this game for a long time. This card is pure pay to win magic. This is 97 Ruud Gullit. I have never seen a card that is more all-rounded than Root Gullet, especially because now, in terms of traits as well, guy has every single trait you can ask for. Like, when I look at this card, I just think one thing: perfect. But of course, with Root Gullet, you need a pair, and who better to pair him with than another absolute magic of a card? This is Jude Bellingham. See, this Jude Bellingham card is nothing when you compare it to Gullet, but it is everything when you pair them up. At this budget range, you are not going to talk about attacking center mid, defensive center mid. You are going to take two cards who is going to do everything. And again, Jude Bellingham does everything, Root Gullet does everything. But before we show you the final rank ups traits, let me show you the honorable mentions. See, we have 4 cards here, and if I quickly go over them, Matthäus is your most defensive focused card. If you feel like your center backs are lacking a little bit, definitely take Matthäus. He has potential positions as center back and center mid, so you can interchangeably play him. But again, I wouldn't really take this card for a 2 center mid formation, to be honest. I would still stick to Gullet and Bellingham. However, the next card that we will feature is a completely different profile. It's Kevin De Bruyne, exact opposite, right? An attacking center mid through and through, not as consistent or as complete as Gullet Bellingham pair, but Matthäus De Bruyne pair is more of one attacking pivot, one defensive pivot, and the middle is a bit emptier. But that emptiness is something that maybe not all of us can afford to fill, you know? Why did I get deep here? For no reason. Our final pair is a bit cheaper in premium category. We have a budget pick, and that is Vieira and Valverde. Now see, when you build this skill move tree for these 2 cards, that is when your real magic will happen from rank ups. But speaking of the rank ups, that's a great segue to Gullet. We are building him as a box-to-box card. I am not going to say anything, just look at the stats. You cannot go wrong with Gullet, and similarly, you cannot go wrong with Jude Bellingham, the best pair. And if you make this pair, I'm proud of you. But how about Valverde and Vieira? See, Vieira will be built as a ball-winning midfielder. If you followed along until this point, you know why he is built as a ball-winning midfielder, because we like winning balls. This is the defensive card in the pair, and the offensive card now will be Valverde. See how we were building Valverde as a ball-winning midfielder at this point? Now we switched it up to a box-to-box so that Valverde can attack, our Vieira can defend. This is the magic of rank ups and attributes, and it gets me excited, let's just say that. Finally, De Bruyne, the attacking card, 82 defending and 88. At this budget range, I don't really recommend getting cards like this because game really prefers box to box. But if you have to get him, get Lothar Matthäus with him, because he has 120 defending, 118 physical. Truly the best that it gets. But with that, this is our center mid hidden gems. Every single card that you saw featured right here is right there for you to get. Let me know if we missed any. Let me know which card or which position you want to see next. As always, thanks for watching. I will catch you in another video. Bye bye.